Hi, I'm Patrick Rivers of Thomas Jefferson High School, and this is my presentation on why vaping is bad. How would you feel having metal in your lungs? That's what happens when you vape. As you can see here, vaping can cause a person's lungs to fill with metal, nickel, and other harmful metals, causing long-term effects. You should not vape because it can cause harm to your body for a lifelong to come. Vaping is bad for you mentally and physically and can cause harm to your body throughout your life. Here, when you vape, your lungs can be permanently damaged and fill with these harmful metals, causing your lungs to wear away and not work to their full capacity that you need to survive. First, we'll talk about the mental sides of vaping. Vaping can affect someone drastically mentally. It can cause loads of stress and anxiety onto a person's life. When you vape, you can double the odds of being diagnosed with some form of depression compared to those who have never used e-cigarettes. Vaping can seriously affect you mentally and damage the way your brain thinks and functions throughout the rest of your life. The effect that the nicotine inside the vapes puts on your body can be detrimental to your health and cognitive thinking throughout your life. According to truthinitiative.org, nicotine is significantly associated with higher levels of conditions like ADHD. ADHD is a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Personally, I know how ADHD can affect a person and how they live their life, and it isn't fun. Mainly high schoolers are affected by vaping. Studies show that 19.4% of high school students and 4.7% of middle schoolers have used e-cigarettes. Yes, these numbers are very high, but they are a drop from 2019 from 27.5% to 10.5%. Among the youth who vape, more than half of these students use flavored vapes, although these vapes can be harmful when heated or inhaled in the form of aerosol. Aerosol is a suspension of fine solid particles or liquid droplets in air or another gas. The flavor inside these vapes contains 60 chemical compounds, and the e-cigarette aerosol can contain 47 compounds. Is this really what you want to have in your body? As you can see here, 15.17-year-olds have 16 times the greater odd to be current Juul users versus adults. Younger people who have overused e-cigarettes had 7 times the higher odds of becoming smokers 1 year later compared to those who have never vaped. Juul remains the most reusable e-cigarette device, taking 51.6% of the reusable market share. Puff Bar was the most popular disposable device with 51.3% of the disposable market share. As you can see here, nicotine isn't the only thing that students are vaping. Teens are also vaping nicotine, marijuana, or hash oil, or just the flavoring inside the vapes. The seniors at these high schools are the main ones vaping, and they're setting a bad example for the rest of the high schoolers who have also picked up on these bad habits. Next, we'll talk about the physical effects of vaping. Physically, vaping can cause shortness of breath, coughing, sore throat, sneezing, chest pains, mouth ulcers, and even wheezing. These are the many different ways and more that vaping can affect you physically. The use of e-cigarettes can cause damage to your lungs, heart and mouth, leading to devastating health risks. Vaping can cause lipioid pneumonia within your lungs, which is the result of inhaling oily substances found in e-liquid, which sparks an inflammatory response in your lungs. The nicotine in vapes can also affect the developing brain, increase blood pressure and heart rate, narrow arteries, and lead to heart attacks by contributing to the construction of the arterial wall. With these narrow arteries that can be caused by vaping, blood flow may not be able to reach the heart muscle, Is this what you want vaping to do to your life? In conclusion, vaping is obviously bad for you. But if you still choose that lifestyle, you will be putting yourself at a high risk of having serious medical problems. Please just say no. You take a risk of developing heart attacks, opioid pneumonia, and loads of stress and anxiety. So please, if you do, take the time to weigh the risk. Thank you for listening. This is my works ethic. Like